What's up with it? What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We chilling. Y'all already know what time it is. We back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. Just got the pound and ready for the next round, man. Hope everybody's had a good day out there today. My day's been alright. My day's been fairly chill and laid back, man. Just another regular average day on the regularly scheduled program, Yeah, man. We chilling, man. See a lot of people, they'd rather chill out than do what they're supposed to do. Then they make up all the excuses in the world about why they ain't did what they were supposed to do, right? Well, if you ain't did what you were supposed to do, why are you chilling out? I remember being a kid and my dad and my mom telling me I had to do this, I had to do that before I could go do what I wanted to do. Because those were the things that I had to take care of before I could go do what I wanted to do. See, a lot of people, a lot of parents don't be raising their kids in the perspective of doing what you're supposed to do before doing what you want to do. There's a difference between doing what you want to do and doing what you're supposed to do. Not very many people are raised with that anymore. Why do you think Mr. Tate got to where he was, not behind bars, but status-wise, money-wise, success-wise? How do you think that he got to where he was, where he is, or where he was anyways? You think he got there just by doing what he wanted to do? No, because if he was doing what he wanted to do, he wouldn't be the top G. Nah, he'd just be another leaf in the wind, just blown away. And he was raised to do what he's supposed to do before he do what he want to do. So with that being said, do what you're supposed to do before you do what you want to do, and you will have more joy and more satisfaction in doing what you want to do, because now you know that you've done what you're supposed to do. Now you can chill out for the rest of the day or the rest of the night, whatever the case may be. And you can literally go do what you want to do. You can go out for a drive, you can go to the store, go to the mall, go for a hike, go for a swim, or stay inside and watch TV or play the game or whatever the case may be. And there's a much bigger satisfaction. What the frick? My bad, y'all. Just like, what the heck? I must be tripping, y'all. I'm hearing stuff. I must be tripping. Dang! Yeah, okay. People be tripping, man. See, that's one thing I never understood was where some people learn how to drive. Where do you learn to drive? Do you learn from a cereal box? Do you learn from the internet? Where do you learn to drive? You're in a parking lot and you're speeding like 50 miles an hour in a parking lot. Huh. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm not caught up with the new age driving. Or maybe they're tripping. I don't know. Probably them tripping, but we're going to get on with this, man. When you get too prideful, God gives you a spanking to set you straight. That's 100% facts and not opinion. When you become too prideful in yourself, in your works, in your actions, in your words, in yourself, God will give you a spanking to set you straight. Look at, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. As soon as I start speaking on this, man, I got the hiccups. But look at history. Solomon, Nebuchadnezzar, everybody else who ended up falling due to their own pride, their lack of humbleness. They have fallen. Nebuchadnezzar, he went insane in his own dungeon. In chains, he went insane, lost his mind. A new king, King Cyrus, came in and set the Israelites free. Solomon, that boy, became too prideful in himself. And he was lost to love and lust. He loved lusting for women. He loved marrying women. He loved women. And because he loved marrying women, the women that he married, they led him astray. Built altars for foreign gods and gods that he wasn't supposed to worship, that his people weren't supposed to worship in his land. Next thing you know, what happens? Well, he got his kingship stripped from him. He got his royalty stripped from him. He got his title stripped from him. He got his whole kingdom stripped from him. When you become too prideful in what you do, God gives you a spanking. Another reference you could use is Mr. Tate. He became too prideful in who he is and what he's done in life. God gave him a spanking because, for one, he hasn't humbled himself. He hasn't been humbled. Two, he turned his back on God completely and conformed to a different religion, which, at the end of the day, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Just understand that there's consequences that come with it. There's physical and spiritual consequences that come with turning your back on God. I know, I've been there. But now look where he's at. Because he got too prideful. He exposed himself and told on himself how he does certain things, and the Matrix caught up with it. Next thing you know, now he's behind bars. Now he's in the hospital, apparently. But God gives you a spanking when you are too prideful in yourself. He sets you straight. He says, my son, you are not acting how you are supposed to. You are not acting how I made you to act. You are not acting how I raised you to act. Bam, gives you a spanking. Now look, you're behind bars, or in a hospital bed, because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't acting how you're supposed to act. It's crazy, man. People think that they're invincible until they're not. People think that they are gods until they're not. And it's funny. I mean, look at what happened to Pharaoh too. Pharaoh in Egypt, when the Israelites were in Egypt, in Moses' time, Pharaoh was prideful. He was very prideful in who he was and what he had and what he built. And look what happened to him. He deceased at the bottom of the Red Sea because he couldn't let his pride go. God really gave him a spanking for that one. Yeah, an eternal spanking. Lazarus and the poor man. Or the rich man, sorry. Lazarus and the rich man. There's a poor man named Lazarus who used to sit at the gate of the rich man, just hoping he could get a couple of scraps from him. Whether it was food or money or whatever the case may be, it didn't matter. He was hoping he could get a little something because he had nothing. The rich man and his friends always walked by, looked at him and laughed at him. Everything else in between. But they never helped him out. Never gave him no money, no food, no clothes. None of that. Lazarus deceased and passed away. And he was brought into Abraham's bosom, or paradise, as you could say. When the rich man passed away, he was found in Hades, the underworld. And there's a ravine. I think they said it was a ravine, or it was something else, a ravine or a crevice or something that split the two realms from each other. They were there, but there was a ravine that split the two realms from each other, and you could not cross from one realm to the other. When the rich man saw that Lazarus was happy in spirit because he was in paradise, he begged Jesus. He said, please dip your finger in water that I may cool my tongue. Jesus said no. He said, then allow me or send somebody back up to warn my brothers and sisters not to come here, not to do what I did. And he said, They have the prophet Moses, the other prophets. If they listen not to them, why would they listen to somebody from here? Somebody from this realm. The rich man was too prideful in who he was and what he had. God gave him an eternal spanking because he had every opportunity to do what he was supposed to do. But he didn't do it. We are obligated to help each other out, to help your neighbor. Help somebody. If you see somebody who needs money, give them a little bit of money. See somebody who needs food, give them a little bit of food. We're obligated to help each other out. But what we don't do is we don't help each other when we're too prideful. We're too prideful when we don't help each other. So with that being said, when you become too prideful, God gives you a spanking. He really spanked the rich man. Yeah, you don't want to be the rich man in this case. So yeah, man, don't get too prideful. Just like Count Dooku said, twice the pride, double the fall. I did this. What the freak is this? I meant this. Twice the pride, double the fall. That's 100% facts and not opinion. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up on out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And I'll be right back with the last episode of the night. Deuces.